Hey there, Fit Pros. Hello, good to see you. Come on in, say hello. You know the drill. You get here, you say hello to me in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Here is what I want to hear from you today. So first, let's talk about this. Let me tell you what we're talking about today. So have you been around and you've seen, there's a lot of free on the internet, right? Lots of coaches out there doing podcasts, giving advice. I'm here right now giving you free business advice, right? All kinds of free stuff going on. So why is it that as fitness professionals, we are being told, do not do your work for free. Don't go out on the internet for free. I say it all the time, don't give full workouts for free, right? What is the difference? And when do you know when you should be giving something away for free, when you should be giving a taster or going out and doing things for free? And what is the difference between free and paid? So today, I'm going to break it down for you. We are going to talk about free from the perspective of your business. We're going to talk about free from the perspective of your client. And then we're going to talk about business development. Hey, Lainey, so glad that you are here. Yay. We're going to talk about free from a perspective of business development, how to find great free resources, and when to consider starting to pay for business development resources, right? So we're going to cover the full gamut. You guys get in here, tell me hello, ask me your questions so that we can have a really full discussion about free and paid. So we're calling today, help does not equal free. And let's get started. All right, so the first thing we got to do, you guys know it is coming. Let's dance. It's the first time Lainey's seen this. It's about to get better. All right, y'all. It's the Fit Pro Show, you guys. This is the show I've created. It's live, it's interactive. I've created it to connect fitness professionals to resources, information, and to each other. I come on every week. I talk about building an online business. All right, let's turn that music off. I don't think I did that right today, but that's okay. All right, so I'm Kelly Coulter. I have been a fitness instructor since 1994. On top of being a fitness instructor, I also have been building websites and doing online marketing since 1999. So I've seen all the things, I've done all the things, but the most important piece of information is that since 2014, I've bootstrapped 2 different businesses. And bootstrapped means that I built those businesses the way that you guys are building your online fitness businesses. We got dumped into COVID. We didn't have savings. We didn't have a second mortgage. We didn't have any resources to build these businesses on. So we are bootstrapping them. We are just pulling them out of thin air. And I like to say we are out there eating what we can kill, right? So that's what we are doing. I teach instructors to take control of their careers by building an online business that allows them to serve their clients and live the life of their dreams. At the same time, we simulcast this show every Tuesday at 2:00 Eastern, and it goes out to the Facebook group, the Facebook page, and to the YouTube channel. All of your comments come in to me, so give me all your questions because I will get them in StreamYard where I broadcast from regardless of where you are watching. We are going to continue the conversation today at 3:00 on Clubhouse. All right, so say hello. Let me know you're excited about the topic. Give me a little hearts and fire, and let's get started. So here's what I want you guys to do. I need for you to type into the comments an answer to this question. When is the last time that you got something of value, something of real value for free? I want to hear about what you got that was of real value, and I want to hear that it was free. So let me know in the comments, real value, free, when's the last time, what was it? I want to hear all about it. So what we're seeing across the internet with the rise of all of the internet coaches, we see the rise of free. And we also start to see the value of free decrease, right? So I'm in the business of doing business coaching for fitness instructors, and I hear a lot of coaches talking about the idea that the value of free is going down, that when you give a free boot camp or you do a free workshop, that people don't value that the same as they used to because they know there's a sales pitch coming, or because they know that you'll do another one in a few months. Whatever the reason, you're seeing the value of free go down. So I want to talk exactly about what is free to you and what is free to your client, and what is the value of those things. Let's start by talking about free. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Oh, if you are taking notes, I want you to just make like a big, I want you to take your page and split it into 4 parts. So it's just going to look like this. Right? You're going to split it into 4 parts. Can you see that? You're just going to split it into 4 parts. Put a line down the middle going top to bottom, and a line down the middle going side to side. At the top, I want you, well, let's say on the left side. So at the top on the left here, the top on the left, you're going to write services. Let's write services / product, because that's what we're talking about at the top of that quadrant. Then at the bottom of that quadrant, I want you to write business development, because at the bottom of that business development, or at the bottom of that quadrant, we're going to be talking about business development. Then at the top on the left side, I want you to write client. So at the top on the left, you're going to write client. And then at the top on the right side, you're going to write coach. So the first thing I want to do is I want to start at the top right of that quadrant. And we're going to talk about free versus paid from the perspective of the coach. So at the top is your product and you're the coach, right? And I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. How do we look at charging from the perspective of being the coach? So we're talking about you as a coach, and we're talking about charging for your services, right? So you've heard me talk about this a lot, that when you price your product, if you don't go high enough, there are a lot of problems that you're going to run into pretty quickly. And so leaving free even off the table, let's talk about just not charging enough, right? So let's put free and not charging enough kind of into the same category. So what happens when you are chugging along and you're trying to build this business and you've priced it, let's say, to compete with the gym's prices or with your competitors' prices or your perceived competitors' prices, because Peloton is not your competitor. Let's not forget that. So when you charge really low prices, then you just find that you're constantly chasing business, right? So you're constantly in this cycle of looking for more clients, and you're working in the business rather than being able to be strategic about working on your business. So now let's remove ourselves and let's write down a number. Write down your dream number. What would you love to be able to charge per month to your clients? What would you love to be making per month? Let's talk about that. What would you love to be making? What would really free you up to allow you to serve your clients fully? Serve your clients with your whole heart and not have to worry about bringing more clients in, not have to worry about, I have to bring another client in so that I can pay all of the business's bills. Enable you to hire a VA so that you're not constantly in the cycle of having to do all the social media posting, nurture all the potential clients, do all the work for the specific clients that you've got. What's that number that would really allow you to work fully with your clients? That's the number that I want you to write down. All right, so let's talk about that. When you charge enough, you are able to serve your clients fully without distraction. So that's the first thing. When we talk about going away from free, when we talk about charging, we're talking about enabling you as a coach to serve your clients fully without distractions, right? Right? Does that make sense, you guys? Give me some comments. Let me know if that makes sense. When you charge enough for your services, you can show up for your clients joyfully, right? You're not distracted. You're not worried about finding more business. You're not resenting your clients. How many of us got into the game of delivering free service only to find out 8 weeks down the road, this sucks, right? Or you started charging $20 a month and you're making, $150 and you're like, why am I doing this? You've got to charge enough to make it worth your time. And you've got to charge enough that you are going to show up stoked to service those people. That's what I want you to be looking for. So when you charge enough, you're able to show up without distraction. You're able to show up joyfully, right? You're able to show up with commitment to these people who have entrusted their fitness and their health and their wellness to you. You want to be able to show up fully for these people, and you cannot do that if you are not charging enough. It is not physically possible for you to be fully present for the people who are paying you and be thinking about how you're going to be getting more of them and needing more of them by like tomorrow or Tuesday or whatever it is, right? You've got to be able to show up for these people. So you've got to charge enough to do that. All right. Here's the second thing about charging enough, charging well for your services. Number 2, it weeds out your low vibration, low commitment clients. When was the last time you had somebody come to you and want to barter for your services? So they come to you and they're like, what if I gave you 2 muffins from my bakery a week and then I get to take your yoga classes? Or, hey, I'm really, really broke right now. Like what could we work out? Barters and people who just don't. Let me say it like this. Your customer will show their commitment with their debit card. And the people who are not committed are not your customers. Now, that is really hard because we need to be bringing in an income. So it's really hard to turn people away. It's really easy to say, let me give you a 50% discount, or let me not bill you for the first month, or whatever it is. But the fact is that your customers, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this a little bit further down the road, but your customers will show their commitment to you with their debit card. And if they are not committed, we do not want them. These are the resources that you're going to get your future testimonials from. And if they are not committed, they are not going to get success, and they are not going to be your future testimonials. So there's almost no point in bringing in someone who doesn't want to pay the amount that you are charging. And that amount should be high enough to make it uncomfortable for everybody. I'm going to talk about why in just a minute. All right. So number 3, you've got to charge enough that you are able to walk away from what you do on a day-to-day basis and have time that you are compensated for to work on your business, not just in your business. A lot of us want to keep adding classes, and we think that when we add classes to our schedule, that is going to translate into more dollars. That's not truly the case. What we're seeing is that if somebody's not already in our paid offer, they don't know what the schedule is anyways. So they don't know that you added a class. So it's not going to bring in more customers for you to add classes. So we add classes and we add classes and we add classes, or we add sessions or whatever we're doing. And then we don't have any time to sit back and think strategically about what we really do for these people. What is really the result we want to deliver to them? What are they getting out of it? Have we done any benchmarking surveys? Do you have any time to have conversations with the people who are in your free group or the people who are in your paid memberships so that you can get to know them better, so that you can know how to serve them better? When we exhaust ourselves just trying to put so many things on the schedule that we think are going to translate into dollars, we can't work strategically on our businesses. And that is a huge problem for everyone, for you and for your clients. So that's number 3, is you have to be charging enough to be able to work on the business and not just in the business, and be compensated for that. Make sense? Okay, so let me see here. Let me see if you guys have got any questions before I move on to the client side of this. So that was the top right of your quadrant, right? Now we're going to talk about the top left of your quadrant. From the client's point of view, why is it better to be charging? Why is help not free? Okay, so let's see. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so your price is going to equal your position in the market. Now, when I say position, I'm talking about that from a marketing point of view. So what I'm saying is that your price is going to expose you as either a low price, low commitment, low, not valuable. If you do not charge enough, your clients and potential clients will see your offer as not valuable. That just is what it is. Your price equals your position. So the price that you assigned to the offer that you put out there to the world will telegraph to your clients and potential clients what you believe working with you is worth. And that is everything. If you cannot put a decent price out there and say, this is what I am worth, and you can't believe that, your clients aren't going to believe it. How could you possibly ask a client to believe that you're worth more when you're not telling them that you're worth more by asking for the money? So you've got to charge based on what you want your position in the market to be. Do you want to be a transformational leader to these people? Do you really want to lead them into a better life, into more fitness, into more wellness? You've got to price for that. You've got to tell them this is a commitment, and here is the first step to that commitment. You've got to pay the price, right? Your price is part of your position in the market. So your clients commit to that transformation that you promise with their dollars. That is how they show their commitment. That is the first step in their commitment. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in just a second. But first, let me say this. When you are free or when you are low priced, then you're going to attract that 20% of the entire population that is already being competed for by Peloton and by Beachbody and by Les Mills On Demand and blah, 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 by iFit, like all of that, right? All of those companies, they are marketing to the 20% of people that work out. They are really marketing to people who have some sort of base fitness level and just want to have a convenient workout, right? I use Les Mills On Demand like almost every day of my life. I'm a big believer. I love it. I already work out. I am not your target market. We are looking for our own niches within that 80 or 90% of the market that could use us, right? I've talked about it a lot. I've said there are millions and millions of people in this country and beyond that have been marginalized by the traditional fitness industry model. It's just like in the 80s when Richard Simmons came out and said, you do not have to look like Jane Fonda in order to work out with me. You can sit on the end of your bed and do sweating to the oldies. You can be as big as you are. You can be as bold and lovely as you are, and you can work out with me. And he revolutionized the industry. But the industry has shrunk back. We don't have Richard Simmons anymore. He's in hiding somewhere. And so we've all gone back to competing for that 20%. And that's ridiculous. That 20% is not our market. And that means that you don't have to price like Peloton and Beachbody and Les Mills On Demand because you're not even fighting for the same customers. Those are not your customers. You can charge what you want to charge because you're helping people make a change, a positive change in their lives. And that's a huge difference between what we do and what Peloton and Beachbody do. The price you charge tells the quality of your work. I love that. Gina says, I so need this right now. We all so need this right now. Thank you, Gina. Okay, so the market, this is kind of point number 4 here under client. The market is going to bring you more of what you accept. So that means if you're accepting low prices, if you're accepting the scraps, if you're accepting the bottom of the barrel, if you are continuing to take free engagements, right? Like if people are coming to you and going, oh, I don't have any money, will you just put me in for free? The market will sense that. It's just like this thing that happens. You're putting it out to the universe that I will work for free and you will get more freebie seekers. The market is going to bring you more of what you accept. If you are a follower of Abraham Hicks and the law of attraction, you hear it all the time, that the universe brings you more of what you focus on. And your price is going to tell the universe what your focus is. So if you are pricing and focused on low cost, on free, the universe is going to bring you more of the people who want that. If you are focused on charging what you're worth, the market will bring you that. It may take a minute, you guys. Don't freak out. It may take you a minute, but the market will bring you more of what you accept. So don't accept free. Don't accept low price. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. So perfect. Can I write that down? I'm using that, Gina. Okay. So the last point I want to make about free and low cost from the perspective of a customer, from the perspective of a client, is this. Now, you guys listen up if you're multitasking, because this is super important. It's going to take a second for me to walk you through it. If we as instructors and trainers, our lives and our careers have changed. And I don't know that there's ever going to be a time that it will go back. I mean, I think if you're really, really focused on just going back to the gym and teaching, you can probably do that at some point. But for a lot of us, we have realized what our value is and what our worth is. And we're not prepared to go back to the gym and be asked to sanitize the floor and wear a mask while we're teaching and do all the crap that's going to come with teaching in the gym, when we know that we can work from home or travel to our clients' locations or do it outside, and we can be a transformational leader. So a lot of us have changed our focus from just being an instructor to being more of a full coach, of being more of a full transformational leader. And this is a good thing because this really allows you to start to think about charging what you're worth, not start to think about, to start charging what you're worth. But with that switch in roles comes the uncomfortable position of having to be the coach. And one of the jobs of being a coach is that you have got to apply pressure, right? So I like to think of it as like a spring. So if you imagine, like if your couch was ripped open and you see in the bottom, there's all those big springs that look like that. Or if you're looking at a mattress commercial, there's those springs that kind of, right? When we apply pressure to our clients through pushing them past their comfort zones, through asking them to do things they haven't done before or do things more often than they are doing or get stronger or lift more weights, whatever it is, we're applying pressure to that spring. So we're pushing and we're pushing and we're pushing, right? And it's uncomfortable and it sucks. And it sucks for your client and it sucks for you because you're empathetic and you don't want it to suck for your client, but it just does. But when they finally snap to, they will be bigger and better for it. But our job as coaches has become that we've got to apply that pressure. And part of the pressure for a transformational coach, for a transformational leader, is in the pricing. When you make that price a little bit uncomfortable or a lot uncomfortable for your client, then when they accept that, when they say, F it, I'm doing it and I'm committing, they are all in. They are stronger for it. Your relationship with them is stronger for it. They are really in for the long haul. They're going to show up, they're going to do the work, and they're going to get the results. And that is why it is important to charge what you are worth from your client's point of view, because they have to be given that pressure so they can apply the value to it that it deserves, and they can give it the importance in their life that it deserves. Make sense? Transformational leaders. Yes. Okay, so now I want you, and you guys type in your questions. We're moving on to business development from the client's point of view. So I'm going to give you guys a little peek behind the scenes here. The reason that I had come up with this talk is because there was a few months ago, I saw a couple posts, and they really spoke to me in a way that didn't make me feel great. So there were a couple different posts in a couple different places on social media groups for instructors. And one of them I felt like it was really even kind of pointed at me, and maybe it wasn't, but the gist was that people were kind of saying negative things about people who are teaching business skills to instructors and trainers, right? And so it was this idea that that maybe people had made a money-making scheme out of what has happened in the industry, right? And it really convicted me in a lot of ways. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And I did change the way I was doing some things because of it. But it also made me really think about the value of free for our clients and the value of paying for our clients. So I want to talk to you about when it's appropriate to pay for business development help and when maybe you shouldn't, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is from the perspective of the client, business development. So this is the bottom left quadrant, and this would be you considering getting business coaching and paying for it, and when it might be appropriate and when it might not be. So the first thing I want to say is this. I don't love the way that I wrote this in my notes, but it's there, so I'm going to read it like this. You guys, there is a lot of business advice out there, and there is a lot of really great advice. And there are some fantastic instructors and leaders out there teaching for fitness instructors. A lot of you guys have bought into Shailene Johnson's program. You guys went to the webinar from Shannon Fable last week. There's some really great mentors out there, right? And then there are some efforts out there by, make sure that your business coach has actually done the thing that they're going to teach you to do. That's what I'm going to say. Stop taking advice from broke asses who don't know what they're talking about. So when I hear the same advice over and over again, and I'm really starting to pick it apart and see where it's true and where it's not true. The things that say, like, you have to post in social media every day. You have to go live in your group every day. You gotta blah, 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 blah. They're all like getting it from each other and then just friggin' regurgitating it to you. And then they're positioning themselves as like a business coach, right? Or even better, just people out there that are like, I don't like that Kelly has a program that she charges for, so we're gonna all go over here and we're gonna like tell each other what to do, and we're not gonna listen to her. Okay, great. Like, has that worked? Like, make sure that you're taking advice from somebody that's actually done the stuff and made money from it. Don't waste your time thinking that everything on the internet has to be free. When it's time to invest in business development help, get business development help. I hired a coach that costs way more than I do, and it changed my effing life immediately. I have 10x'd my investment with that coach, and I'll tell you why. Because it put the pressure on me. And I said, if I am going to do this, I am going to 10x this investment. And I did it, right? It's the pressure. It's the support. It's the knowledge that you get from your coach. When it is time to get a coach. But don't waste your time spinning your tires thinking everything has to be free. It doesn't have to be free. It's okay to pay for help when you know that you are going to turn around and 10x that investment. When you know, because you are committed to yourself and you believe that you have somebody that it can come alongside you and guide you, make the investment. I am not making a sales pitch about myself. You guys, there are a ton of great coaches out there. And if you don't think I'm for you, I will suggest another one that might be a better fit. I love you guys, and I am here to serve. However, I do rebel against the idea that everything we are doing on the internet to train and to help should be for free, because it just can't be, because of the reasons in the top right quadrant that you wrote down. So let's talk about that. let's talk about what happened for me and for other people when they started charging properly, right? Full circle, I am now able to show up and commit and give to you guys because I charge enough in my paid programs. So because I charge enough for the things that I charge for, I can show up every week and give you guys a free business lesson. I would not be able to do that if I was constantly worrying about where the next client is coming from, if I was constantly worrying about how am I going to serve these people so that more come in. Once I applied the pressure to them, they took the ball and ran with it. And then I was able to get a little breathing room. I could come back and serve you guys fully and freely. So you see in 2021, all of my lessons, or almost all of my lessons, are on online business development rather than being something that might generate revenue, like, having fitness celebrities on or doing affiliates or all that. I can come on here now and just serve you guys. And that is what we are all in the game for. But if you don't ever charge, you can't do that. Okay, so I'm able to give away my best stuff for free joyfully. A lot of you guys will ask me about what do I give away for free to kind of my crowd versus what do I save for my paid participants. I don't hold anything back from you guys. I will tell you anything. I will answer any question. I will give you any piece of information that I've got. The difference between the people that are in my free ecosystem versus the people that are in my paid ecosystem is that the ones that are in my paid ecosystem, they get more access to me. They're with me one-on-one more. They have kind of a step-by-step system that I'm leading them through, and it's customized based on who they are and where they are in their business. But it's that secret sauce kind of put into more of a like step-by-step formula. But you guys all get my secret sauce because I am able to show up and serve you joyfully. All right. So the last thing I want to say in this is this. It is time for you to invest in your business development when? Number one is when you're ready to go faster, when you're ready to leapfrog past the spinning your tires and making all the mistakes and doing all the things. And you're ready to have the support of somebody that can say, no, don't do that, do this. Or here's a template for that. Here's a script for that. So that's number one in when it's right to invest in your business. And number two is when you're looking for that step-by-step. So you've got a good relationship with a coach. You can see all of their best stuff and you're ready for it to be kind of put in order step-by-step for you. So I think those are really good examples of when it's right to invest in business development. Like I said, not making any kind of a sales pitch here. These are just the darn irrefutable laws of the universe. It's just the truth. Okay. So let me see what questions you guys have. All right. So follow the people who have proven themselves. Thank you, you guys. Thank you, Talia. Talia is always my biggest cheerleader. I'm going to send you some pom-poms or something, Talia. Okay. So that is what I have got for you today. And I hope that this was helpful. I hope this got you fired up about charging for your services and charging what you're worth and ignoring the people who are asking for you to do what you do for free. And I hope that you can see that when you come to the market with free, that you're not doing anybody any favors. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're not doing your client any favors. You're actually devaluing the whole thing and you're just spinning your tires. So charge charge well, charge what you're worth. The problem is that people do not want to make a commitment with money into health. Yes. So that is a big problem, Talia. And a lot of us are coming to the market, and what we've got is a contact list of people who are already working out. So we're kind of starting from behind the 8 ball in terms of being able to charge what we're worth, because our contacts are people who already work out, which means these are the people that Peloton and Beachbody and Les Mills On Demand are already competing for, and they can underprice us any day of the week, right? So we do have to start diversifying who we are offering to, and we have to start showing our commitment and our love and our value to them in a way that makes them say, yes, I am going to pay the extra money to have Kelly as my coach, because I know that she is going to come alongside me and make sure that I make this change. So it's a completely different, it can be a completely different market before we're really able to raise our prices to where we want them to be. I didn't see Holly's comment. Oh, she's one of the ones that says no name. How do you make incremental increases to your current following? So that's a great question. A lot of times in the accelerator and in some of the programs that Marlene has been in as well, we'll talk about the idea that it's your business. And so if you've got a base following and you're worried about raising your prices because you don't want to have to go to that base following and say, I'm raising my prices, then what you can do is kind of grandfather them in at an old price, and then you can just bring new people in at the raised price. To make incremental increases to your current following, I would just put some sort of kickoff or event around that. So, if you wanted to do February 15th as like a restart to your resolution. So a resolution restart, which is not my idea. Tani came up with that in the accelerator. So you could do a resolution restart, and then you could say, and by the way, next billing cycle, it's going to go up by $10 or whatever it is. So you could put a kickoff around it. And what you can do is this: you can say, if you would like to pay for 6 months in advance at the current price, you can do that. Here's the link. Or if you want to pay for a year right now so that you don't have to experience that price increase for a year, do it here. It's a great way to get a little cash injection into your business. It doesn't cost you anything. And then you're able to raise your prices, and people that want to try to get in before that price increase can do that. Resolution reset. Okay, anybody else? Everyone on this call, love yourself. You're the best. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. When you are raising your prices, just give them like a 3-week running start, and then let them decide if they want to pay for a year in advance. It's like a win-win-win for everybody. It works really well. Okay, y'all. All right. So let me see. Update on the bra from yesterday. Did you guys see my live where I opened up that cool bra? I wore it for yoga today. It was amazing. It feels really good. It really like lifts and separates, which is very different for a sports bra. And I loved that. And it's so pretty. I really want to wear it as a bathing suit top this summer. So, Kimberly, it was great. Thank you for that. Kimberly's on here right now, Kimberly Sherwood. So you guys can tag her with any questions you guys have got about that. I wish I had the confidence to come on camera in a sports bra, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, y'all. But no, it was super pretty and it was great. So, and just in case you're wondering, she sent me an XL. So I wear a 38C. I'm like right between a C and a D, and she sent me an XL, and I found that I was kind of like lifting and separating and getting into the thing, and then it fit really well. And then I might could even use one size up, because then from there, things shifted after I had it on for about 2 hours. But during yoga, everything was perfect. It was really great. And I really, really love it. Hey, Andy, good to see you. All right, so that is that. All right, I want to do one more thing with you guys while we're here. While we are here, let me do this. Here's what I want you guys to do. Go to the top of your, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go to Fit Pros Connect here, or maybe not. Here's Fit Pros Connect, right? So here we are. We're in this video you guys are watching. Go to the top up here where it says invite, and make sure you invite a couple of your instructor friends that might really enjoy having this content and hearing about building an online business. You guys, the more the merrier. You know how much that I love you guys. I come in and I just want to make sure that you are having the success that you need. But the more people that we get into the group, the better it is for everybody, because we've got a broader, ecosystem to draw ideas and inspiration from. So invite your friends. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. Okay, let me close this thing out. This show is simulcast to Facebook as well as YouTube. So that's what I want you to do if you are in YouTube, if you are in Facebook. If you have found this information useful in any way, then I would love for you, if you are watching on YouTube, to please subscribe. Please give me a like. Please give me a comment. That helps YouTube to understand that I'm giving valuable content, and it just really helps to rise everything up and get more eyeballs on what we're doing here. You guys, at 3 o'clock, I'm going on Clubhouse, and I'm going to be in the Online Fitness Entrepreneur Club room. And we are going to continue the discussion there. So come on over. Let's chat. And that is what I've got for you today. All right, y'all. I will see you soon. Thank you.